click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're gonna start with your quantitative aptitude class. This is your class 170 and this is your arithmetical ability class, and that is your time and work we are on. This has been the 15th topic of the session, and now we'll discuss to continue with this only. And this is your 170th class, and that is more classes that we had done lastly, where we had completed your 14 topic totally. Today we'll continue with time and work. Before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Coming towards 170th class of the session, here we will be discussing about the 89th question here, and that is your 88 questions we had completed in the last classes. So today we're gonna start with 89th. The question of the session we have: A and B together can complete a task in 7 days. B alone can do it in 20 days. And what part of the work was carried out by A? This has been asked in the MBA examination paper. The statement 1 we have is: A completed the job alone after A and B worked together for 5 days. Statement 2 is: part of the work done by A could have been done by B and C together in 6 days. So we go for the same here. This has been asked in the MBA. So yes, of course, that has been important one. Let's go for the same. So here we go. A and B together. These were the data sufficiency type questions, I remind you. Together can complete a task in 7 days. B alone can do it in 20 days. B alone can do it in 20 days. What part of the work was carried out by A? This is been asked in MBA examination paper. Option statement 1 we have: A completed the job alone after A and B worked together for 5 days. A completed the job alone after A and B worked together for 5 days. The second statement is: part of the work done by A could have been done by B. And C together in 6 days. Yeah. So they will talk about this. The solutions for the same. This has been asked in the MBA, and as I told you, this is 89th question. So we go for the same. B is 1 day's work. B's 1 day's work equals to 1 upon 20. A plus B's 1 day's work equals to 1 by 7. According to the statement 1, A plus B's 5 days work equals to 5 by 7. Remaining work equals to 1 minus 5 by 7 equals to 2 by 7. So 2 by 7 work was carried by A. Second is irrelevant. The second statement is irrelevant. So the options we'll go for is option A. For the data sufficiency type question in the past class, that has been the last class that we had discussed, I had totally explained you about this when you have to choose statement 1, A option, B option, C option and D option. Accordingly, I will just tell you once again that you have to give your answer A if the data in the statement 1 alone are sufficient to answer the question, while the data in the statement 2 alone are not sufficient to answer the question. You have to give answer B if the data in the statement 2 alone are sufficient to answer the question, while the data in the statement 1 alone are not sufficient to answer the question. You have to answer the C if the data either in the statement 1 or in the statement 2 alone are sufficient to answer the question. You have to answer the D if the data even in the both statement 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. You have to choose E if the data in the both statement 1 and 2 are necessary to answer the question. So that accordingly you have to answer it out. So we go for it. Let's find out the another question, that has been the 90th question of the session. So here on that, each of the questions that consist of the questions followed by the 3 statement 1, 2 and 3, and you have to study the questions of the statement and decide which of the statement is or unnecessary to answer the question. So the question 90th we have, that is, in how many days can A and B working together to complete a job? The statement 1 is A alone can complete the job in 30 days. Statement B is B alone can complete the job in 40 days, and C option is B takes 10 days more than A to complete the job. The options here are small a is your first and second only, second and third only, first and third only, any two of the three, and all 1, 2 and 3. So we go for the same. In how many days can A and B working together complete a job? A alone can complete the job in 30 days. The second statement is B alone can complete the job in 40 days. third statement we have B takes 10 days more than A to complete the job. So let's go for it. I told you options once again, 1 and 2 only, second and third only, 1 and third only, any two of the three, and all 1, 2 and 3. So here we go for the same, the question here. So the same for the statement 1. A can complete the job in 30 days. A's 1 day's work equals to 1 upon 30 remaining work remaining work equals to 1 minus 5 by 7, which is 2 by 7. According to the second statement, B can complete the job in 40 days. So with the same here, B can complete in job 40 days, and then B's 1 day's work, 1 day's work equals to 1 upon 40. So according to the third statement, B takes 10 days more than A to complete the job. 1 and second gives A plus B's 1 day's work equals to 1 upon 30 plus 1 upon 40, which is equals to 7 upon 120. So first and third also give the same answer. Second and third also gives the same answer. So the correct answer for this, it will be the D one. So the D option will be the right answer. Okay, so here we go for the same. For this it will be the D. Now we go for the another one, which is been the another important question, and that we have as follows: in how many days that we have done in the last, this is on the same type of the question we have done. So here, in how many days that can the work be completed by A and B together? Statement 1 is A alone can complete the work in 8 days if A alone work for 5 days and B alone work for 6 days, the work gets completed. The C option is B alone can complete the work in 16 days. So this has been asked in the bank PO question paper. The options for the statement we have, first is your first and second only, second and third only, any two of the three, second and either one or three, and none of these. So we go for the same here. 91 question. In how many days can the work be completed by A and B together? The statement 1 we have. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper. Statement 1 is A alone can complete the work in 8 days. If A alone work for 5 days and B alone works for 6 days, the work gets completed. The third one we have B alone can completed the work in 16 days. Okay, so we go for it and we'll find it out the same. So here we go. So for the 91st question solution, we have this will be too long. According to the first statement, A can complete the job in 8 days. So A's 1 day's work equals to 1/8. So here with the same we go for it, and that has been here at 8 days. So that is A's 1 day's work is 1/8. The second that has been said is A works for 5 days and B works for 6 days, and the work is completed, and the work is completed so on the same day we go for it. That is for the third statement, B can complete the job in 16 days. So B 1 day's work equals to 1/16. So here 1 and 3, which is A plus B's 1 day's work equals to 1/8 plus 1/10, 1/16 equals to 3/16. With the same, both can finish the work in 16/3 days. both can finish the work in 16 by 3 days. Now coming towards another one, that is the second and third. For second and third, suppose A takes X days to finish the work. Then 5 by X plus 6 by 16, which is equals to 1, equals to 5 by X equals to 1 minus 3 by 8, that is equals to 5 by 8, X equals to 8. Now A plus B is one day's work. We talk about it. A plus B is one day's work equals to 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16 equals to 3 by 16. Both can finish it in 16 by 3 days. Both can finish it in 16 by 3 days. Now first and second, okay, so for first and second, here A is one day's work equals to 1 by 8, day's work equals to 1 by 8. Suppose B takes X days. Suppose B takes X days to finish the work. Then from second, 5 into 1 by 8 plus 6 into 1 by X equals to 1, which is equals to 6 by X equals to 1 minus 5 by 8 equals to 3 by 8. X equals to 8 into 6 by 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 8 twos are 16. So for the same, A plus B is one day's work equals to 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 16 equals to 3 upon 16. Both can finish it in. So here both can finish it in 16 by 3 days. How is the correct answer for the same will be the option C, which we go for it, and that is option C here. So as we go for further, we'll talk about the detail about any of the related to the question. So we go for D, another one, and that has been the important as well. The question we have here is, that is,
How many workers are required for completing the construction work in 10 days? So that statement 1 is 20% of the work that can be completed by the 8 workers in 8 days. 20 workers can complete the work in 16 days, and 1/8 of the work that can be completed by the 8 workers in 5 days, which is being asked in the bank PO question paper as well. The options were 1 only, second and third only, first and third only, and any one of the 3 here. Let's find out the answer. This has been the 92th question of the session. So here we go. But as I told you, these were taking the long time to solve it out. That has been the 92th question. So we'll continue this question in the next coming class, which will be the 171th class of the session. And that has been the important one as well. So here we're gonna end up with this only, and we'll start continuing with the next, and hopefully we'll be completing this time in work in the next coming class, and after that we'll start with another topic. Other than that, we are dealing with the chemistry for class 11th. Part 1 we had completed, part 2 we are dealing here. In terms of physics, we are dealing with the part 1, and we are dealing with the computer based numerical statistical technique. We are dealing with your ER diagram, TPMS. We are dealing with English vocabulary. We are dealing with the new subjects as well. We'll start discussing about the bank PO as well. In terms of quantitative aptitude, yes, we had started with arithmetical ability. In that, we had started with in arithmetical ability, we had done numbers, operations on numbers, SCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, square roots and cube roots, problems on numbers, problems on ages, surds and indices, percentage, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, partnership. Then we'll be dealing with chain rule, time and work, pipe and system, time and distance, problems on train, boards and stains, allegations of mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, calendar, clocks, stocks and shares, permutations and combinations. Then we'll be dealing with probability, true discount, banker's discount, height and distance, odd and odd series. The second topic will discuss about the second part of the arithmetical ability, the quantitative aptitude. That has been the data interpretation, which we will discuss about the tabulations, bar graph, pie charts and line graph. So here we're going to end up with. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.